Today's News.
By Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. President Biden is celebrating midterms results as that red wave never happened. And he's looking ahead to his next big race.
I'm Tom Foti. It was a wide-ranging and optimistic presidential post-election news conference, even with many races and the big congressional picture unresolved, Mr. Biden said.
Well, we had an election yesterday, and it was a good day, I think, for democracy.
So what of re-election plans? His intention, he repeats, is to try.
My guess is it'll be early next year we make that judgment.
Several key races are still a toss-up in several states, including Georgia, which is set for a Senate runoff now in December. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger.
Our office has already begun the behind-scenes work to start building the ballots. So ballots are being built as we speak, and counties are making preparations.
Early voting polls will be open before Thanksgiving. Florida is now shifting focus from midterms to storm prep as Tropical Storm Nicole gets stronger and closer to making landfall. Governor Ron DeSantis.
We're ready. We have more than enough resources to respond to this storm.
The storm is coming less than 2 months after a hard hit from Hurricane Ian.
We're all boarded up, got all of my plants inside, and we're going to stay home. And we're just going to ride it out like we ride out every hurricane.
Deli meats and cheeses have been linked to a widespread listeria outbreak. Reporter Sabrina Cupid has details.
16 people in 6 states have gotten sick. More than a dozen ended up in the hospital. One person has died in Maryland, and a woman who was pregnant got sick and lost her baby. CDC urging anyone with a weakened immune system or who's pregnant to avoid eating meat or cheese from any deli unless it's heated to an internal temperature of 165 degrees or is steaming hot.
President Biden says he hopes Russian President Vladimir Putin will be willing to negotiate more for the release of Brittany Griner now that midterms are over. Today, the State Department slammed a decision to transfer the WNBA star to a penal colony to serve out her drug sentence, a basically hard labor camp. Meantime, things are not looking good for Russia in Ukraine. The military there plans to withdraw from the only Ukrainian regional capital that it's captured in the last 8 months. CBS News military analyst and retired Colonel Jeff McCausland calls it a stunning and catastrophic setback.
Loss of Kherson would be another major setback for Russia in this war. Moscow hoped to use Kherson as a launching point to capture the entirety of the Ukrainian Black Sea coastline, as well as the important port city of Odessa. That is now clearly impossible.
Ukrainian officials are worried this could be a trap. The Dow lost more than 600 points today. The Nasdaq was down 263, and the S&P slipped 79. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dashcam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.